Now we are discussing about incentives in economics. What is incentives and examples? Incentive definition. The definition of incentive is something that makes someone want to do something or work harder. An example of incentive is extra money offered to those employees who work extra hours on a project. Something that stimulates one to take action, work harder, etc. Stimulus. Four great, next topic is four great examples of employee incentive ideas. Compensation incentives. Incentives tend to cover some of the more basic incentive options. The compensation, how, when it will come is, suppose in a weekly one holiday will be there to the worker or staff also. So if production is so much, so demand is high and supply is also at the same time it has come, raw material has come, the produce has to be done. In time, if weekly holiday has come means it is a big problem to the manufacturing industry. That time they will request to employees, if you like it, you can work for compensation. In that day compensation, it will be called as compensative incentives. So, but otherwise, if they don't want money of that day, they can take the compensative off also in future in the relaxation periods in production and all these. So, compensation incentives will increase the productivity and employees also will happy. Suppose one employee is there, he is having marriage in the next month, but here he wants to utilize the compensative offs only to that marriage. So around 2 to 3 days he required. So if he works last 3 months, he recovered all these holidays as a compensative incentive. He will not take the incentive, but he will utilize that holiday, that compensative off. He will utilize in the future after 2 months or 3 months. Likewise, his salary will not be reduced, and he will get the complete salary, and as well as these working days will be fulfilled as official leaves to him. Likewise, compensative incentives and compensative off system is very much useful in production units especially. And recognition incentives, this is also most important. Some workers are there, I observed in certain companies that workers incentives is also most important, because one worker is there, he is working so long period, he knows the behavior of the machinery also, how it will work, how much we can give the marginal output with the present supply of the raw material. Then he is eligible for incentives, that is recognition of incentives. So wastage is less. So he, in his production, suppose cheese bags are there, cheese bags production is there, in that production is there, but without any waste he is producing, means that is the talent of that person, that worker or staff. That time if you give the incentive to him to recognizing his services, it will be very happy to him also. But that should be there, because suppose 10 daily 10 bags are becoming waste, means it is around 10 into 20 rupees of the bag, 200 rupees. Likewise, in 30 days it will be 600 rupees. Suppose if you give 200 rupees incentive to him, he will feel very happy. That is the significance of recognition of incentives. So incentives are must for talented people and committed people. Commitment not by talent also, by character also it will come. We should think all these things also. Then recognition of incentives is most important. That is not comparable to the salary and the cadre. And third is reward incentives. Reward incentives. So by he is not taking any leave up to in his 1 year of span 1 year of his span means a period. He did not take any additional leave. Leaves, weekly one leave will be there, and additional leaves he did not take in 1 year, means it is a good option to him to reward his services. So incentives should be there. but means all the complete high double salary they will not expect. Suppose in a 1 year period he is not taking any leave means if you give 500 rupees incentive to him means he will feel very happy. So that should be there. And appreciation incentives. Appreciation means when it will come appreciation if quality is good and quantity waste is also not there. All these things will be recovered in that. In such a way, and machinery wastage also will not be there. In such cases, appreciation will give a happiness to the worker and the staff also. So appreciation incentives are also most important in economics. Then only the production will go fruitfully with a happy mind. What are incentives for employees? Employee incentive programs are designed to attract, engage, and retain talent. Incentives themselves are rewards and benefits used to motivate positive behaviors in your workforce. They come in many forms like tuition, reimbursement, more time off, and additional flexibility in work arrangements. These are the incentives of employees. Suppose the incentives of employees is also will give very good happiness to the staff and as well as it will give productivity to the company also. In all means, in their work status, they will increase their productivity also. It is our company. We should work well. Our services will be recognized by the management. Such proud we should give to the staff also. Especially incentives for employees means character is also important. Suppose one officer is there, he is always harassing the staff means it is not good. So management also has to think over all these things also with third eye. And some people are there, they will work very hard but output is very less. Very hard means he will work hard but output is less. And sometimes he will work hard but quality is less. Sometimes he is working very hard but quantity is less. All these things will come. But if quantity he is working hard and quantity is there, he is working hard and quality is there and he is working hard, his behavior is good means he is eligible for incentives to employees. So he is eligible for incentives. So all these things also HR management, human resource management should think perfectly without any partial feeling on all employees and staff. It is good for the company and to the management also. What are the three types of incentives? But incentives are not just economic in nature. Incentives come in three flavors: economic incentives, social incentives, and moral incentives. Economic incentives means material gain, loss. So economic incentives means suppose one bachelors are there, they want iron boxes yearly once, iron boxes and two shirts and two fans. Likewise, if you give it, it is very nice to them. Suppose 100 staff is there, in that 20 are bachelors. For those two bachelor, 20 bachelors, if you give one pair of dress to them for stitching, uh, one pair of dress means they will feel very happy. Our company is there, they will look after everything. The HR manager should ask which color and design you select it. Our company is called one textile company from Gujarat or something, anywhere, Surat or something. You select 3-4 colors are there means they will select one color of pant and one color of shirt. They have live happily. Otherwise, we are having pants, so we want shirts. Likewise, they can give flexible choice according to the availability. So likewise, that is economic incentives. Here, economic incentives also will benefit the staff and as well as to the company also. Because Surat company wholesale material means 1000 meter of one bulk box will come to 1000 around 10,000 rupees. So 1000 into 1 meter, 10,000 rupees. So nobody will get in external retail shops 1 meter for 10 rupees. So but it is wholesale means they will get very well. Company also will feel happy that productive company of the textiles and as well as management also will happy. But it is one time investment only yearly once or twice. Generally yearly once is enough. That is likewise social incentives. That is reputation gain, loss, being seen to do the right thing, social incentives for behavior and encouragement, and all these also we should give incentives to them. And moral incentives. And moral incentives consigns gain loss. Moral incentives, it is also most important. Suppose one person is there, he is working well with responsibility, and moral incentives if you give to them, it is also, suppose his skill is average, but once the senior management called him for any inquiry, he will say very sincerely, sir, that person is working well in this skill, in this area, and this person is working in this skill, in this area. We should highlight him, and he will be useful for future if we encourage him. That word itself will give a double energy to the company and management also. So we should think about that also regarding information. So moral incentives also most important. For moral incentive, you should not have any big talent and big hard work and all these things. Morality is morality. If you identify any good things in others also, you can suggest to the management, but not inquiry basis. If they call, if they ask, you can say something in a word or two words. It will give a very good enhancement to the company and to the management also and to the staff also. And next point is, how do you use the word incentive? Incentive in a sentence. Many in the studios are coming here to make movies because of the large tax incentive offered by the state. Now that Jill has a husband, she feels she no longer has any incentive to worry about her looks. The teacher knew her students would have well for an incentive as simple as a star sticker. And the next point is, what are incentives important? What are incentives important? By offering something they can achieve, if they hit a certain target or achieve something, they have something to work towards. Giving incentives to your employees not only motivates them to do their work, but it can also motivate them to stay longer at the business. And what are the next point is, what are good customer incentives? Here are 6 incentives that you can offer with your product to unhappy customers. Offer extra reward points can cash. Let us say you have reward system for your product. Offer bonus upgrade on trial basis. Offer discount on next purchase. Offer free product, and then offer additional samples. These are the incentives, and as well as offer to pay for the related product. These are this is also type of indirect incentive. And the next topic is, why employees do needs incentives. When it comes to employees, rewards, incentives in the workplace have benefits for both employees and employers also. When recognizing employees for their performance and productivity, it can improve morale, job satisfaction, and motivation to support organizations in achieving their aims. So that is also most important. All these will come under incentives in economics. It will give very good productivity to the management and to the organization also. Wishing you all the best.